I want to get this video real quick, and I'm sorry to bother you with this, but so when I came down this morning from the loft there, or up there in the area, every morning, like even for you guys, when I turn that heater on, I close that door for it to warm up in there. Well, I'm sure you know that. But when I came down this morning, you had the door open with the heater on the inside of the bathroom.
I didn't get up after I plugged it in, and I didn't shut it, apparently. I was tired. I apologize. That was my fault. Yes, you always shut the door.
Yep. Yep. And you just wanted me to see it open when I came down for you to try and fuck with my mental. Because yesterday you said you had a master's in what again?
I have a
bachelor's,
in
I'm sorry.
psychology.
A bachelor's in psychology. So these are the brain games that you think you're playing. I think it done flip-flopped on you to where like you think you're being smart, but you're fucking with people. Because you think you're so smart in your head that you think you're so far ahead.
That's not true.
I don't really want to argue with you though, because our arguments get so bad. And there is no point in arguing with you. Because you're the mastermind. You got the bachelor's and in the mind stuff. So you think, it's a game to you, the mind games. That's why you want your medication and you're going to keep doing the crazy stuff. Which is another thing I had thought about. So when you was up at your daughter's, you had a job. You worked a job for a while and you was helping your daughter with the bills.
I was.
Yes. And things still didn't work out.
It was because she thought I didn't help her enough mentally whenever she was a child. We thought about a lot of things, and no, things did not work out. She thought I was imposing on her life, and I wasn't there to try to tell her how to do her life. I was there to see how much help she needed.
Normal mothers and daughters don't really usually go through certain... I don't mean to say normal, but what I mean are people that put more thought to things to try and make it work. Now, I understand issues. Some parents don't get along with kids. Some kids don't get along with their parents.
We were never able to live together. Even whenever she was growing up, at a certain point, she did not want to live with me. And so she went and stayed with her grandparents.
Right, and I don't know what those reasons may be, but I know from what I've experienced with you for a year, I know what it could be. You think in your mind that you're doing these things. You like to mess with people's brains, so that's what you need to quit doing. I mean, you think you're getting ahead, but look at you. You're lacking in life, and I don't mean to say that in a bad way. And I think you are trying to come out of it. I don't know. But for you to keep harming me with it, for you to keep doing things to me, it's messing with me. And I think that you're trying to get me locked up. I might even still end up locked up in the future because of you. No, I'm saying I don't need to hear you say anything because of actions that done happen. Things that you've said that I know are sitting in your soul.
I understand. And I can't take that back.
Right. Which is why...
SSRI, which is a neurotransmitter. That is a serotonin neurotransmitter for my brain. I need that. You told me that my brain needed to be rewired. I'm lacking the ability to do that. It's something that I didn't want to have to go to the hospital and do. And I haven't taken medicine for a very long time. But something is broken inside me. You continue to tell me that, and I know. My daughter told me that.
Well, that's what I wanted. That's what we just said. You was working, and I think the better you get, the more you will act a certain way because you'll be good. A lot of people do this, is why I'm saying this. So I've studied people also. I'm not just some regular person sitting here talking to you. I've studied the brain for many years. I've studied the body, the soul, actions, certain things. And I don't mean to sit here and sound weird because I don't have no license or anything. It just is what it is. I think you understand what I'm saying. You can act like you don't if you want, but that's what's putting you in a bad situation because I don't want to play your mind games anymore. I know how smart you are. I know what you're doing because when you got mad, when you used to get mad, you would say a lot of stuff that don't show that you're crazy. It shows these things that you think in your mind and how you feel you going about things. So you're going to have...
The way I go about things isn't always the right way, and I've told you that.
Yeah, but that don't mean that. Yeah, but you're doing it or it's just like you're not trying to. So your survival skills are bad. I don't know. some words may not come to me, or I know you understand what I'm saying. But anyway, like just little things like that. You know, you rage bait. You're trying to get people in situations until you find the right person. You're trying to use people.
It could be just simple mistakes that I make.
Because that's what you keep saying.
Because it would be the same if I had my own house.
Because that's what you...
Because I would have done the same. I forget to turn lights off. I don't do...
well, that's not going to... I don't care.
I understand that this isn't your house.
Right.
Or my house. It's yours.
Right.
And
anywhere else you go, you should be like that. You shouldn't waste. And you do it intentionally because you have this misery thing in you. That's why you choose not to think about it. Because you're just like, you don't care. And that, come on now, that don't make no sense. You had just turned the heater on, and to even close this door, you got to pick up on it, go through an extra action, but you choose not to do that. And you lied, like I said, you said, why can't it just be simple accidents? Because they're not. You keep constantly doing them for a year. That's why your other peoples don't want you around. Because you keep doing these things, and then you lie about it. And then you sit there like, oh, well, because you're miserable. Because and I don't want it here.
For a year.
I don't want it here.
I understand that.
You're miserable, and it's not my fault. We've already said that.
I know. I've said
because
that a lot of times.
Because I didn't cause all your issues. Like I say, we've only known each other a little bit, and from what your family have told me, this stuff has been going on most of your life. So my thing is, actually, yeah, that was I feel.
It has been going on most of my life. I suffer from PTSD. That's something you just don't end with. I didn't get.
But those don't have anything to do with the stuff that you do intentionally. Like that bucket. Can you please move that bucket out the way? It's just certain things that you don't pay attention to. It's just certain things that you don't pay attention to, that you just don't care about. And I already got a lot going on. I know you're not doing as much as I do or have to handle as much as I handle, as you see or do it, you know. So sometimes I might forget something, or sometimes I might not feel like dealing with something, or sometimes I might want to sit in throughout the day. I do my stuff like yesterday, listening to music all day. It's still a meditative thing to me. But you're here. And not even just that, like, if you was a good person, I wouldn't mind, or if you knew how to kind of adapt or operate, but you just, it's like... And some of your issues I have to understand because you got history going on and you're trying to fix yourself. I understand that. But it's like you're not, I don't know, man.
I know. I feel like I can't ever do enough, or what I do isn't good enough, or I've tried to
and that's what you keep telling people too. I just don't even really care. You can tell that stuff to them counselors and all that bullshit because you think you're so smart. Don't nobody want to hear that bullshit. Smart. Didn't you say you had a bachelor's in psychology?
Yes.
All right, that's smart. So you're really lacking, man. You're losing your brain. You're just losing so much. So you might. I don't know, man. I really don't know what to say because I don't want to talk. I'm not talking bad. I'm speaking. You know, I'm going through some stuff, man. And I know I'm working with you and we're still working things out. But that's going to roll into that, too. I need...
I have paperwork for labor ready and all that other stuff that pays the same day. My fruits of my labor has always been a skill or a job. And then I've rented and everything else. And that's what I know.
Okay, that's you. That's your statement. That's your life. Shit, that ain't. I'm sorry, that don't have nothing to do with me. I don't. And for a year, if we've been talking about certain things, and you standing here saying that like that's okay, I just tell you don't listen. You don't pay. You think that what you're saying is just, okay. So if you're gonna constantly keep going through that, then man, I don't know where or what you're supposed to be doing. Even when you get a job. And then you're gonna keep putting on history, saying, "Well, I had a car, or I had this," and I mean, I don't know. It is what it is.
I haven't said anything about that.
You said you haven't said anything about that?
We talked about it the other day, for the first time in a while. I did have all that stuff. I was making payments. I had investments. I chose to invest in stuff that you needed with some of that. the last
That was
bit of money.
$250.
I know.
I can show you a title. I can show you a total where a person paid me more than that just to come help them.
I understand that. I
just
don't
to come help.
have more than that.
Okay, well, why are you talking about that like that then?
Because
it's like you
tried
choose to just
give
put
you
your
all
no.
that
I just
had.
don't need to hear your story, and because you lie so much, you're evil. So I don't need to hear you sit here and try and con me. I don't need you to sit here and try and manipulate me. I'm not stupid, Liz. I may have some ignorant ways. I may have some ignorant ways. I may look like this or my life look like this. I don't care what you man, you better work on yourself, because I'm already getting scared to where I'm like, damn, you stuck with me now to where, like I said, I'll probably end up in jail in the future for dealing with you. So that's on my mind. That's gonna stay on my mind, because until you do better, or until you get better, do better, like I say, a pattern of things. Because until then, you're showing that you are trying to harm me, and yeah, it's like every day, man. Every day you do something, and you did that, so I come down and see it. Yeah, okay. As a female, like I said, that's one of your things too. Your brain's probably fucked up because you know you can go out there. I know females. I've worked with females, real women, not just women that work the streets or whatever. But anyway, you know, most women know that you can go out there and walk the streets at any point. Some man is gonna pick you up and they'll help and they'll take care of you. So all of these things that I know, you know, like I have been being very kind to you. So every time you come back, I have your stuff. Fights get real bad. You've left, went to Missouri or wherever you went, out of town. You come back, I've had your stuff. I treat you good. There's even been times the fight's been bad, and I still put stuff away from you throughout the time where you're not here, because I figure you might come back. What'd you say?
I said I know, because
right.
You always told me I would come back.
What?
And I do. The intention was to always come back when I left.
No.
Always said I could.
But these are the things that you say right now. But when you left, the fights were so bad. That's why you left. Now, you came back because of, you know, I think you know, I don't know, you came back, you know, we're going to say wanting to better yourself or whatever. I don't know. I really don't know, really, or no, because of the agreement, really. That's point blank simple. Well, that's what we're going to say, because we don't even really know each other. We don't even really know each other, and we have had bad history, and you are miserable in life. We're not saying from me, which is why you are still kind of comfortable with me, willing to work with me, but you're still doing things, and you're putting it off on me. You're causing a lot, or you're causing things to me, so, I don't know what to say, and I don't know what to do. But I know you're getting some motion. You said you're gonna go get your medication, and at this point, because of what's been going on, and like I say, man, you kept doing it. You keep doing it, Liz. I don't know what's going on, and then what you did this morning, you keep doing it, Liz. So I don't care about none of that. I mean, I have to. You're obviously with me, so I don't have to show no extra love. You can come here every day. You know it's peaceful here. I got your back. I'm sure I have been helping other. Oh yeah, that's another thing. When you came here, I wanted to go get you some extra clothes, because this time when you came back, you didn't bring no clothes at all. I told you that I took the RV to Georgia. I don't care where you came from.
I couldn't go back to Angela's
Liz,
house.
yes ma'am, Liz. All I'm telling you is what was going on. I'm just, because I'm recording, so I want to say some things right now. But what I'm saying is, like, to do these things, and yeah, we went to a certain place. Of course, I'm not going to go to some place and buy a whole bunch of brand new stuff, but I'm sure that you felt like, I know that you know that if it was land like that, I wouldn't have mind. We'll go get some new stuff, some stuff from the other place.
I enjoyed going to the Goodwill with you.
Right. But
I enjoyed picking out outfits with you. I told you that.
That's not what we're talking about. What I'm saying, I just wanted to state that to where it don't seem like I'm trying to make it like, But anyway, I try and do what I can for you to have what you need. But a lot of times you don't. I can feel, the lack of appreciation, but it's okay. It ain't lack of appreciation like in a bad way on that way. It's just like I say, man, you got so much going on in your soul. Your history is so, so I understand that. So, but what I'm talking about is you have to have more life. You have to just be doing more. Yesterday I said, okay, it's a day to myself as if you're not here. Stay to myself because I had to chill. I wanted that. You know, I do this throughout the years. You know that I do this. And I how my schedule is, my patterns. But you still choose to do your things throughout the day or whatever. I mean, that like the times that you tried to attach yourself to me when you asked me, okay, hey, you want to come look at this website, or then you know, it's just you. And these are the things you do trying to mess with a person's mental. You don't know how to respect a person's boundaries because you feel you can do what you want. You feel you should be able to do it anyway because it's only a minor little something. The person shouldn't be getting mad. Oh, you think you're an anger management person, huh?
That's not what I think.
No, we don't need you around when you're not doing nothing for yourself. We don't. Yeah. You need. Yes. Okay. You need anger management. Is what you just said.
I had a good conversation. I was hoping you were awake for that psych evaluation, but we talked about that, my anger, and that's why she prescribed the medicine that she did.
Yeah, I fell asleep.
It's okay.
I tried to stay up and because actually I got it on video. I recorded it when I woke up. It recorded 40 minutes of video. But yeah, and for you to feel that way, it has, I can't really enjoy myself like today, another day. So I wake up, my schedule is the same thing every day. I wake every day, you know this. So with you over there and your, just the way you are, you don't do nothing. You're sitting there. You want to make my brain wonder what you're doing. You're doing the less, the minimum as possible. Yeah, you created a website. Something else popped in my mind too. You need to take care of some business. I've been saying that already anyway.
How would you like me to take care of that?
That's a crazy question for you to ask me. I don't want you to ever ask me that question. When we were good, I tried to work with you as business partners. I think we know more than one time when we first met. We know more than 2 times. I can't remember, more than 3 times. What I'm saying is probably, was it more than 3 or 4 times? Most of these times are when you first come back. When you first come back, whether I feel bad, I'm like, okay, she come back. Our energies are different. It's like, okay, let's try and work together. But throughout that time, it'll come. The energies are with you. You ain't doing nothing. It just ain't. You ain't feeling it. You'll always lack here. You'll be like, you're just always doing something to mess with somebody, and don't nobody need that. If a boss man, if a businessman had a good secretary, do you think that she could be lacking that much? Exactly. But I know in your mind, you don't care because I'm not a real businessman anyway, right? You're so smart.
I didn't think that
Listen,
either.
but you lie so much, just like you said, like when you left, and I understand it. Like I've said some crazy things to you. I've said some very mean things to you. But you've sent me some messages where your daughters have said some mean things to you as far as things saying they wish you would die or certain things. So, so when you said that I live like a pig, but I don't really. I can show videos of my place at any time. It's just that my stuff be a cluster. Even my people at my place back home said that I had a whole lot of stuff. Now I do. My stuff will get a certain way sometimes. Kind of like my area back here. Actually, let me get this. So this is my. So this need to be clean. Sometimes it'll get filled up because it's like my guts here, probably guts here. Things just get racked up, man. And I don't even like the way stuff get at certain times or how. So I'll be lazy. But I know and everybody that know me know it don't take that long for me to do everything because I know how all my stuff is everywhere. And it don't take long for me to get up and straighten all my stuff, clean up and straighten all my stuff up because my stuff is organized. So, anyway. We can end this because I know you're getting around for your day. So, I'm just wanting to put this down because I'm scared. Or actually, I don't know, man. I know you. Yeah, that's something. Yeah. From our past arguments, it don't matter that I'm scared. It don't matter what's gonna happen to me. It don't matter. It just,
to me.
No, that's crazy that you choose. I'm telling you, man. No, I don't even know what to say to that. Your voice. Oh yeah, that's one of the things you probably did that intentionally, and you probably mean that a little bit. Percentage. I do a percentage thing. I'm not gonna say you don't all the way mean it. But what I'm saying is, I done seen you get mad. I done seen you get real mad in the things that you've said. Now, these things that you've said were like attacking my, who I am as a character, my reputation. I don't like that, because I do a lot for myself. You don't, what I'm saying to you, this shit is, other people are saying it too, and that's what I said the other day. I'm in this, but I'm glad I'm able to get this part. I don't like how you do things and you make it hard for the other person to prove it, because you talk so sweet and you make the smallest little thing. You keep doing these things like so many times a day, every day. And then you'll be like, just like you just said, why can't they just be little accidents? Is what you just said. Not understanding that it don't go like that. You're doing them intentionally, because like I say, it comes from a miserable state. And you're going to keep saying that miserable state is PTSD from what you went through when you were younger. But you ain't supposed to be putting that stuff on everybody you come across, everybody you meet. Yeah, that ain't supposed to be your highlight of your life. We understand it happened. I'm one of the people that if, I don't know what more can be done about it. If we can do more about it, we will. But as a woman...
I'm going to go get my medicine and go to therapy. I set up therapy. There's things that I can do about it, things I haven't done about it. That's what my daughter and I also sat and talked about.
Yeah, I feel you. No, I'm talking about, I'm different, but that's down the line. I'm talking about, you talking about getting help for yourself, medication for something that didn't happen to you. I feel like that's something that'll keep damaging you until the end of time from something that didn't already damage you. I'm different, as far as, okay, where is the problem? You know what I'm saying? Handle the problem. And I've done this before. People have come to me, something has happened, and, but I think it should have been a situation where this person owes for life. That's if you had someone on your side. That's it. Or excuse me, you probably do. You just probably didn't know how to handle it or how to, go about the situation where this person, I don't know. I don't know what the situation is now, man. I don't know how old the person is or what could have been done, but I don't know. Just trying to make more come out of the situation. I think I heard you say that this person got 9 months.
He got 9 months.
And,
and it was a setup, because the first guy, I was 15. And
I don't need to hear your story, but what I'm saying is going to the source, the source, whatever the source is, handling that way. That's just... But anyway, maybe down the line, I don't know, but right now you give off bad energy where you're trying to harm other people too. So if you're trying to harm other people, then you can take your harm with you and just keep moving with it. That's the way I am. I don't know, it's just the way I am. I understand the world. I don't know, man. I'm not saying you are really trying to hurt people, because you used to, you have a big spiritual part to you. But I don't know if that was a scam part. I don't think so. But also the way that you're very smart, the way you write and the way you do, the way you think and the way you keep memory and the way you're able to speak out about certain things at times when you're doing your sermons and things like that. But also, there's another thing that's been on my mind recently. As far as you said, you worked with the Arabs for a while at the store. I can't remember if that's what I call them. You said yes?
Yes.
All right, so I'm also thinking to myself, and you said that was for a lot of years, right?
That was from February to July of 2021. But I went into his store every year from 2019 when they opened until 21.
All right, so you worked with them for some months or whatever, enough months to be there and probably go through whatever it is you went through, because, me knowing you, the way your mind is, I don't know what all you did. I don't know what all you allowed to go on, because you're so, you act so weak at some point, so I don't know how a person took advantage of you, but this goes on your file as a woman. I ain't talking about, I don't need to hear all that. Of course a woman's gonna say what they say. It's just like, I'm talking about behind the closed doors, behind the scenes, things that never will get talked about. So that means it don't matter what you say. So, but we know how these people are. People are not stupid. People know how people are. You know, a lot of people are not as pure. And I'm not saying they weren't. I don't know them. But for me to know, like, we know all around the world, we know how they are. We've been going in their stores too. We've been hearing all the stuff. We see. So we don't know, you know. So I thought it was some years, but by it only being some months. But what I was gonna get at is I don't know if they, you know, I don't know if you into that scamming shit or, you know, like just a lot of scandalous ass shit that we don't know what has been taught to you, even if it was taught to you by, even if it was taught to you by other cultures.
And that's why I don't have a police report up in St. Anne. Whenever I went there looking for that, my police report was gone. I witnessed money laundering. I was his assistant manager. That's what I discovered. They were prostituting out of the store, and they were skimming people's EBT cards and their debit cards. And that put Ella and myself in danger. So whenever Samir came down to Speedway when I was working, and scared me to death because I had to backtrack that timeline. You kept saying not February. February was when I called you back asking for help when my suicidal ideations finally got louder. But it was when Samir came and then I asked you for help in September. That's when I got scared and when my mind went fucking nuts because that man came directly from St. Louis to find me. He told me he was a Muslim from Bosnia-Herzegovina.
All right, yes. Well, I'm glad that you shared that with me. I'm glad we was able to speak of that because that is something. And my mind to that didn't put that. You know, you said that you went to. I remember you saying something about you went to the police and maybe and if you've explained that whole story to me before, which I'm sure you probably have, and I apologize about it slipping my mind.
That's
it's
where my
slipping my mind.
flashbacks come from.
But
that's where a lot of things like.
If that is true, you know, I mean, some things probably get erased from
it's also
you
on
saying.
Camera at the store.
I hear you. So some things also probably get erased from you because of your issues and the way your mental, the way you may say something. So let's say you are explaining something to the police and you got a slip up. You know, you say something in the middle of saying something else like you used to do when you was with me. You would flip and you would start talking about something that has nothing to do with the situation, whether you're talking about celebrities or saying how you was doing this. So people will say, okay, well, she's crazy. She's not making sense. She's done this, she's done that. But and I'm just saying that for you to probably know why, you know, when you said you went to the police station and nothing was there. So, and when you get in situations with people, and I'm also telling you this for the future, you need to fix your brain because you could put yourself in harm's way in the future. But anyway.
And that's what I'm trying to do. And working at the Palestinian Iranians, that was how I met the choreographer. So when I say that about the little bit of what I know, it's only because of that. And that was all at the same time.
Yeah, because them people, man, oh no, man. It's in their blood, and I ain't trying to talk bad. Like I say, you know, for a person that I don't know why God, or excuse me, you know, like the way I am, to study different cultures, and like you can tell how a culture is when you get like, you can have a like let's say a certain race. There's a certain race, all one race, but there's different bloodlines, and the different bloodlines are different, like really different. They got different beliefs and all. Some of those bloodlines in that same race don't like each other. But anyway, so this is what I mean. So you go from one race and then you go to another race, and I'm talking about you studying these people for years, you know. I'm talking about from the way they talk, the way they look at you, the way they may treat you, you know. And yes, of course, in every race you got good, and in every race you got bad. But that's right. But in every race you guys, you know, they got their beliefs. They do, and most race don't really like. I don't know. But anyway, so, I'm not speaking bad. I'm trying to speak facts, really.
When I was hired, he hired me as his sister. But then when the police came to my door in 2021 and told me I wasn't safe there because the Muslims didn't want the truth out, I was told to leave. And Ella lived with me at that time in the duplex. So you're not wrong about that.
Well, anyway. Well, because of who I am and because of our agreement, which we're speaking on again right now, and oh, I think this is one of our first times even speaking this on here. I mean, the universe has made it a certain way where you have been brought back to me. I won't say it where it don't sound weird. Well, as far as you come back to me, like to where we're working with each other. Like I said, I could be an a-hole or I could be a real bad person.
I feel safe with you. I know I'm safe with you.
Well, that I appreciate, but what I'm saying is the universe, like out of my hands, as far as like when you left, you came back, and certain things that we just said, I maintained your stuff, and when you come, throughout these times, do I harass you for bills or anything?
No.
Now, when things get bad, yes, I get on you about business because, like we say, we're sitting here, we're going through this. You do these things that mess with me, so that's what brings it out. Like, no, look, no, you can't be doing this all the time. And another thing, like we know you got your bladder issue, so you use the bathroom a lot, and when you're here. You're here all day, every day, so you're using the bathroom all day. Now, I don't like to sound petty, and it's not really a big deal. These are just things that I think you as a woman, you probably should have thought of, probably made a statement, maybe, probably had a sit down, maybe. But these are things that you do as a business partner or as a person that's building. You think of your sit downs. You think of things that you probably need to get in touch with certain people for. Say what you need to say, get out. It ain't about all this other stuff because as a business person, you're supposed to always have a busy schedule anyway. Whether you do or not, as a business person, a person is, but anyway, whatever. So, I don't bother you about bills until you get to messing around so much. But the universe brought you back here inside of that agreement. I mean, inside of the agreement because that's how, you got here, really. You know what I'm saying? As far as we brought the RV here. And, part of the agreement was, you are to better your life within that year. And it's a lifelong friendship.
It is.
And at first, of course, you probably had doubts, right?
I did at first.
Right, because and that's understandable. We were still kind of strangers. That was your second time.
I need you to understand that it's not because of what you did. It's because of what I experienced. You were a part of the end experience because I sought you for help with Ella and everything. Now I went to Missouri to try to find what was still left up there to get bank accounts. I got that situated. I couldn't do that from here without making a presence up there. And I wanted to help my daughter. But I always knew to come back here because I feel home here.
Well, of course, most people do when they get to know me and they attach themselves to me, and I appreciate that. But I'm a businessman, and you have to excuse me when, because we've had bad history. Police have been involved. Me and you have had bad physical, situations, and that was last time you left, and you left, and you came back. I told you that will never happen again. If anything, you'll have to leave. We'll part ways. And you've made me very, very angry since you've been back. This time, very, very, and I have not. We have not. We have not been physical. We will not. Like I say, but that's why, man, you got to figure something out. You got to, because you're trying to do it. I can tell you're trying to drive that out of me. So that's not safe for me and what I'm trying to do in life. So, you have to excuse me where I was coming from with that. But as a businessman, like I say, so you have to excuse me when I say, we have to wrap that up because we have had bad history. I've seen what when you flip, you've been nice many times. You've been very nice, but you'll flip and you start saying things. So we do need to finish excuse me, I feel some type of way about talking about it, but I shouldn't because you are around. I feel like you should know that I am the person like I say, working with you, trying to help better yourself. We got our thing going on also like that we do, but I also been telling you from start that you need to be careful with your emotions and with your feelings. Try and handle them better, and then it seems like you from the time I've met you, you are better about a lot of things from the time I met you. I want to say that, and that's why it seems like it could be working. But until you get it working, you're still tapping, you're still doing things to others like me. I'm the person that you're all the time, so you're doing these things to me and they're rubbing off on me. So, but I guess I signed up for that, and
this too yesterday. That I'm not necessarily in those words, but that you are the only person that I have right now working on building, a network, or that's why I have a peer person that they set me up with, so I don't get on your nerves all the time.
yeah, but I need the root of the situation to be called or fixed, solved. Like I say, if you're gonna keep constantly doing the same thing, then that means I can't have it around me. And we'll find a better system for you, which is what we're looking for anyway. But you say that you want to be more, more around, around more, and I understand that right now. Like I say, a lot of people like to be around me. I understand. I appreciate I appreciate everything.
I do like to be around you. I think you're fun, and we listen to many different things, and I never know what you find, and there's just so much. You are very talented in many ways, and you've taught me things I forgot or things that I didn't even know. And so I enjoy your company because I do learn every day from you. And maybe I've never said that, but I do. I enjoy our time. Even if it's just me chilling there and you playing your music, it doesn't bother me. I would be doing the same thing in my own place.
I understand.
I was never one to really go out because I didn't have any place to go or anyone to go with. So I stayed home a lot.
Well, when you're carrying those evil ways or whatever, people ain't gonna want you around. Like, you want to be here because my place is peaceful. I keep my place peaceful. Wherever I go, I try and keep it peaceful. Or it drives the negativity out of me, and that's not good. So that's the thing.
Neurotransmitter, serotonin.
Man.
I know.
Okay, well, you figure that out, get the research on it, and we'll see what it is you're talking about or what it's supposed to be doing. I hear you, and if you think it works and it'll work, then I'll look into it also, research and see what's going on. But anyway, I appreciate this conversation. You need to do what you're supposed to be doing. And, I don't know if we finished when I said that you needed to take care of some business, and you said, well, how do I want you to take care of business? And, I've dealt with women, I don't know, really, I think most people, so, many people have different talents, hobbies, whatever it is you feel you're going to do. People have different things going on in their life. Whatever it is that they're doing, you have to pull that together yourself. I have so much going on my plate, or I'm trying to organize my own stuff business-wise to where, and I would be able to help you more. It's just that I can feel it in you that you'd rather do it yourself, but you're not showing that. You don't want to say because of these things you do. You're always pushing people away from the actions that you do, or you're just not, you don't seem to be a good business partner. And let's say that that's just for now because you got these things going on. We already said you're getting better at things. You've gotten better at a lot of things. So maybe in time you'll become sharper and better. So you have to take care of business. You know what it is that you could have been doing. Now, I don't know if you've been waiting, but some of that weight and stuff. I mean, it could have came in a statement. I need to know certain stuff because I do plan ahead, and with what you're doing, you could have said something, you know, like, okay, well, listen, I'm gonna do such and such by such and such, or okay, something. You know, always something. Because you sitting around over there every day with no motion. Well, I ain't gonna say because you are getting the help you need, and I think you are building for, you know, I think you'll be able to get your stuff going for yourself, and that's gonna be good for you. I would like to see that, and I would like to see you if you want, you take a trip to yourself, go somewhere by yourself. That way, when you do get situated, like let's say you get your, you know, to where people to take care of you, or, because I think you do need, you know, some help, SSI or whatever it's called. SSI. And even if you know, I don't know, shit, invest your SSI stuff. You'll start working on your stuff, work on your books, get your stuff going to where, like I say, man, you might be able to build a whole new life. That's the goal. So that's my thing, you know. But once you do get your stuff going, if you have to, you go somewhere away to yourself for a while. That way, I don't want people thinking that, you know, you're getting your stuff for me, or that I need your stuff, or I need your help like that. You know. I know you understand what I'm saying.
I do.
And anybody that knows me know that. So, but anyway, yeah.
I think
do what you need to do.
Me, because that was something that I let die too, and something that my soul was sad about, because it didn't manifest in the way that I originally wanted it to, because I was hacked at that end. So on my agenda is to contact Kindle and get all my information changed.
On your agenda. And these things should have been done. But it's okay. I need you to keep all these things to yourself until you kind of get caught up. Because you're so far behind. And I understand, you know, hell, you know, I've been lacking too. I've been on hold, but I don't know if my hold, like, because it seems like, I don't know, man. Some things are hard to explain when you're talking, you know, talking spiritual, or, you know, from the universe. To where I feel like I've been being held back until a certain time. I feel like I still got a lot of learning to do. I still got a lot of pieces of puzzles a lot of pieces to a bunch of different puzzles to put together still. And I think it's making sense, because I did just turn 40 in June. And for a man that's trying to grab world power or gain so much, you know, let's say between now and 45 years old. Now, I don't want to wait another 5 years before I up my level certain, because I feel like I've been kind of lingering around a certain level already. So I do want to advance. But every time I get that feeling, or I get like real, you know, God will drop something on me like, you good. You know, here, this is for now. You know, this is really what was going on. You know, I can tell what you really, you know, because this is what you're going to do here already. So go ahead, take this. It really will be that, you know, like, here, just take this real quick, you know. So I'll take that as a sign, but also because I am putting it into building. But anyway, whatever. So we do want to up our levels. We have to do more. Gotta do more. We wrap that up with that, because yeah, that's, you know, ain't no talking to nothing. I mean, and as you see, I am building. I have been building, still building. I know you can feel it in me that's the goal. That is the goal. Keep building, keep moving forward.
That's why that fundraiser site, I was able to add a link to the book.
All right, well, I hope all that goes good for you. And on the now end, there's some things that you need to put together. I'm not sure what's going on with you, but like I say, as a woman, you're going to have to, you know, you got to take care of your end. And we know sometimes it takes money to do what you got to do, you know, and that's why you got to have other ways and other avenues for other funding coming in, whether it's a little bit here, a little bit there, whatever, but a little bit of motion to keep you afloat in a comfortable way. So, and then these things as a business person, you know, you want to think of your sit downs, you know, hey, listen, okay, well, let me think, planning ahead, looking at patterns, knowing, you know, what's going on. But anyway, like I said, yes, thank you, and I know you're about to get yourself dressed and all. That video turned out to be 44 minutes and 33.